Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, my name is Manuel, and in our last video we learned about MVVM design pattern. So I also mentioned that there are alternatives to implementing like the binder between the view and the view model. All right, and one of the things I mentioned was using combine. Now, if you're not aware of what combine is, it's actually a framework that was introduced I think around 2019, and basically what that does is it allows us to be able to write functional reactive code, right? So, and that's what we're going to be seeing in action today. But combine is like vast. There's a lot of things involved in combine in general, so I'm not going to go in depth, but if you want me to explain more in depth, then I'd also consider creating like a separate playlist explaining exactly what combine is about and how to use the different functions that are available, right? So but today we're going to keep things very simple. It's going to be a very short video, so we're actually going to be working off of the progress of our last video. So we're going to be continuing from where we stopped. So if you haven't watched my MVVM video, then I'd highly recommend that you go ahead and watch that. It's going to make whatever we're doing here really clear. All right. So I'm going to leave a link in the card right at the top of there. Okay. So, but if you are stubborn and you don't want to go watch that video and you just want to learn how to bind to a view model using combine, then that's fine. I have the complete project of the MVVM, and I'm going to leave the link in the description, so you can go ahead and download that and follow along from this video, or you could just watch and learn. All right, so yeah, so this is what we have. I'm just going to run this very quickly just so you can see exactly what is happening here. So we have our application. If you go ahead and write some wrong credentials and click login, it's going to display an error message after 2 seconds, so invalid credentials. All right. Then if you go ahead and write the correct thing, so test@test.com, and the password is password, click login, then it's going to open the second page like that. All right. So what we're going to be doing, if you head over to the view model, you're going to notice that we actually used a class that we created over here called observable object. Right? So what this does is it allows us to be able to notify the view that a change has occurred on this particular variable. All right. So what we're going to be doing with combine is we're not going to be using this observable object. We're going to be using a property in combine called published. All right. So what we're going to do, first of all, we're just going to head over to this file, and I'm just going to delete this file because we're not going to be using it here, and we can just go ahead and build. And when we build, we expect that a lot of things should fail, right? So we're going to make some changes, and the changes we're going to make is simply to introduce combine. So here, what we're going to do is, first of all, remove this class because we don't have this anymore, and instead we're going to create this as an optional string, and we're going to wrap this with a property called published, and this is available in combine. All right, so basically what this does is it allows us to be able to, or it basically says that this variable should publish changes or publish a notification whenever changes occur. So you can just think of it like that. Whenever a change occurs on this variable, we want to publish a notification. All right, very simple, very straightforward. And of course we don't have value, so we're just going to remove that and we can go ahead and build. And by building, you can see that we don't have any errors here anymore. So let's just go over to our home view model. I'm basically going to do the same thing. So here we're going to remove the string and observable object. We're going to remove this and remove this because by default this is going to be nil, right? Then here we're going to put the and published like this. All right. Then again, go ahead, remove value, build, and this should be good. Awesome. So now we have two more files that have errors. The first one is the login ViewController. So when we go over here, you can see that we no longer have like the bind, right? We don't have this anymore. So what we're going to do is we're going to say ViewModel.error. And actually, I want you to take note of this. So when you see that I write error, you can see that this one is of type string, but this one that has like the $sign in front of it is of type published, then this. So it is wrapped just like we had in our previous videos implementation where this was observable object, yeah, and then the angle brackets and then string optional. So this is for published, right? So that's actually what we want to use. So we're going to say $error, And then we're going to use a function that's available in Combine called sync, right? So when we use sync, this, just like our completion handler over here, provides a value back, and that value is what we have as our error. So just go ahead, put error here, and I'm gonna add my weak self like this, and then we're simply gonna do the exact same thing that we have here. All right, great. Now there's one more thing that is actually really important for us to implement here, and that's to basically hold a reference to our binder instance. All right, so what we're gonna do is right at the top, we're gonna have to import. So we're gonna import combine. So import combine, and here we're gonna create a variable called cancellables, and this is going to be of type set. So it's gonna be a set that has any cancelable, and this is going to default to an empty array or an empty set, right? So when we do that, the last thing we're going to need to do is when we create this sync instance, or when we try to bind to this particular variable, then we need to store the reference in this particular variable. So to do that, we're just going to say dot store, and you can see this, we have this option store in set, which is what we're doing. So we're going to store in set called cancellables. And you can see that there's an ampersand here because this is going to modify this and just add the instance of this to this particular set. Now, if you don't do this, then you're not going to receive a notification or a, and I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you so you can learn from your own experience. So yeah, we're going to do this here, and we're going to go over to the home view model, the home view controller, and we're going to do the exact same thing. So here we're going to say ViewModel dot, and remember we're going to have to do $ welcome message, and we're going to say dot sync, and here we have access to the message, and then we can simply just say this. So I'm just going to paste that over here and add my weak self right here and get rid of this. All right, so difference between this and the login view controller now is that I didn't store this in a cancelable object. So let's go ahead and run this, and let's see what we have. Now I'm just going to go ahead and write the wrong stuff and click on login. We should expect to see an error message. You can see that it came in after 2 seconds. So let's go ahead and type in the correct one. So test@test.com and password. Okay. So when I click login, it's going to come up, but we don't see anything here. Now let's go ahead and fix what I told you is important. So we go to the home view controller, and here we're going to have to store this in a cancelable set. So import combine, and here we're going to say private var cancellables. This is going to be a set of any cancelable, and here, okay, equals an empty array. And here we're going to say dot store in set cancellables. And now we're going to run this one more time, and we should see that when the home view controller is loaded, we should see the name of the user. So test@test.com password. All right, you can see that actually worked. So I hope you've learned something from that. And this actually is all I wanted to teach you in this video. So here we're using combine rather than using our custom class. So if you have any questions, of course, go ahead, ask in the comment section. If you enjoyed the video, if you learned something, at least smash the like button. And if this is not your first time watching my videos and you still haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe, because obviously you're getting value, right? So until next time, have a great weekend.